Kareem was a boy with a thirst for adventure. One day he decided to explore the beach near his house, which was full of pebbles and little shells. And then something caught his eye, a small boat hiding between the rocks. It was made of wood, just like the ones that sail on rivers. But this one had been crafted so well that it looked like an elegant swan ready to glide across the water. Curiosity overwhelmed him and he got into the boat. But as soon as he did, it began to move all by itself. It sailed away from the shore, deeper and deeper into the vast sea. The boat kept going until it reached a hidden bay with crystal clear water. There in the distance, Kareem could see a small, uninhabited island surrounded by green trees and white sand. As the boat approached the shore, he noticed strange shapes moving among the trees. They seemed to wave at him, making him feel incredibly happy. Could there be people on this island? But why had no one ever told him about it before? As the boat touched the shore, he jumped out and started walking towards the sound of laughter and joyful screams. But when he finally saw who was making all the noise, his smile disappeared. There were only old forgotten toys lying around. There were rocking horses, dolls, teddy bears, kites and boats, all covered in dust. They looked at him with their big, shiny eyes, waiting for someone to play with them. Suddenly, one of the toys spoke. "Hello," said the sailboat. "Would you like to sail with me?" "I'd love to," replied Kareem. "But where are your sailors?" "Who plays with you here?" the sailboat sighed. "We don't have any sailors anymore. The children who used to come here have forgotten all about us. We get very lonely." Kareem felt sorry for the toys. He wanted to take them off the island and play with them. Just imagine how happy the children would be if he gave them these wonderful toys as a present. But then he stopped. A strange feeling came over him. Even though he really liked the idea, something inside him told him that it wasn't right. He sat down on a nearby tree stump and thought about what to do. The other toys started playing and having fun again. But the sailboat stayed by the shore and asked Kareem, "Why aren't you playing with us? Don't you like us anymore?" "No, that's not true," said Kareem. "I just need some time to think about something important." "Can you give me some time alone?" The sailboat didn't understand what he was thinking about, but it respected his wishes. So it went back to playing with the others. Kareem was very upset. He wanted to take the toys home, but he also knew that it wasn't right to simply take something that didn't belong to him. It took a long time, but slowly he found the answer. He wrote a few words on a piece of paper and tied it to the sailboat. "This doesn't belong to me. Whoever finds it can keep it." This sailboat was left on the island a long time ago, and I am sure the child who lost it must be waiting for its return. If you find this note, please bring the sailboat back to the shore and leave it in the shallow water. It would make us all very happy. After reading the note, the sailboat burst into tears. "Oh my goodness. That means I've been here for a very long time. How could I forget that I was supposed to be in the shallow water, all the other toys gathered around?" They had heard what Kareem had written. They were very upset that they had been left on the island, and even more upset that they had caused another toy to be left behind as well. "You don't have to cry," said Kareem. "I'll return you to your owner myself." The sailboat shook its head. No, that's not necessary. I know which child I belong to. When I return to the shallow water, I'll call out its name. I'm sure they'll hear me and come and pick me up." Kareem knew that the sailboat was right, so he let go of it. The boat went back to the water and drifted gently towards the shallows. The sailboat waved goodbye to Kareem and promised to visit him again soon. Then it disappeared from sight. All the other toys were very grateful to Kareem. They thanked him for listening to them and helping them remember who they were. Each toy had a unique and important story, and he helped them remember it. The rocking horse remembered that it was meant to go up and down, up and down. The teddy bear remembered that it was meant to be hugged, squeezed tight. The kite remembered how it soared through the sky, higher and higher. And the doll remembered that she was meant to be loved and cared for every day. When they remembered what they were supposed to do, they became happy and whole again. Kareem played with them for a bit, but then he had to go home. Before leaving, he promised to return. And indeed, he kept his promise. Every day after that, Kareem went to the island to play with the toys. He spent hours running, jumping and having fun. And whenever a toy remembered what it was meant to do, they were happy again. But sometimes when he arrived at the island, the toys weren't playing. They were still and silent. And when he asked what was wrong, they replied, "We're remembering." One day, Kareem noticed that none of the toys were moving. He sat down next to the sailboat and asked, "Do you want me to wait while you remember?" "Yes, please," whispered the sailboat. "We need your help to remember who we are and what we're supposed to do. Only then will we be truly happy again." So he sat down and waited patiently. For a long time, the toys were silent. Kareem didn't know how long he'd been sitting there, but eventually he heard a faint sound. It was a rocking horse. It was going up and down, up and down. Slowly, the other toys began to move as well. The sailboat was spinning round and round. The teddy bear was being hugged, squeezed tight. The kite was soaring through the air, higher and higher. And the doll was being loved and cared for every day. They were all remembering what they were meant to do, and Kareem was so happy for them. They played together until sunset, and when the sky turned a beautiful shade of orange, Kareem knew it was time to go home. He said goodbye to the toys and promised to return tomorrow. And indeed, he kept his promise. Every day after that, Kareem went to the island to play with the toys. They spent hours running, jumping and having fun. And whenever a toy remembered what it was meant to do, they were happy again. The days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months. The seasons changed, but Kareem never forgot about the toys. Every day he went to the island to play with them. And they were always so happy to see him. Then one day, Kareem was walking along the shore when he saw a small boat in the shallow water. It was the same boat that had brought him to the island all those months ago. And sitting in the boat was the sailboat. It was smiling at Kareem, and its eyes sparkled with joy. "Kareem, I'm so glad you're here," said the sailboat. "I have something to show you." Kareem got into the boat, and as soon as he did, it started to move. It glided over the water towards the shore, and when it stopped, the sailboat said, "Look what I found." At her feet was a pile of brightly coloured shells. They were all different shapes and sizes, but they were beautiful. "I found these on my journey here," said the sailboat. "I thought you might like them." Kareem's eyes sparkled with joy. "They're beautiful," he whispered. He picked up one of the shells and held it to his ear. It made a soft, gentle sound, and he could hear the whisper of the waves. The sailboat smiled. "I'm so happy you like them," she said. "Now I have to go, but please take care of these shells for me." "Keep them safe until I return," Kareem nodded. "Of course," he whispered. The sailboat then turned and glided back into the water. She swam further and further away until she disappeared from sight. Kareem stood there for a long time, watching the spot where the sailboat had disappeared. He knew that she would return someday, but he didn't know when. So he decided to take good care of the shells until then. He walked back home, and as he did, he couldn't help but smile. He had found something very special that day, something that made him feel happy, and he knew that he would treasure it forever.